break to volunteer just at the last minute to deliver the PR speech and persuade. The title of this speech is "What is in the Bag?" It's a speech from the public relations, and the goal of this speech is to persuade you to pack light and well. Please welcome Stephen King. Speech.
I'm Jim Price. A couple of weeks ago, I made a speech about traveling, and I had two bags with me. One of them was a little knapsack I put on my back. The other one was a little rolling pack that Eagle Creek actually makes, but there's a million of them out there. And many people ask me, well, what do you put in there? So today the speech is about what's in the bag. And the speech about what's in the bag starts long before you travel. Because first of all, you shop to pack. Both my wife and I, when we walk into a store and we're thinking about traveling, we shop to pack. And we shop for some fairly specific things. In the particular, we'll start with the big bag and the shopping to pack bit. First of all, we shop for things that don't wrinkle and dry easily. Because you're going to wear them over and over and over again without having an iron. And you want them to hang out overnight and dry so you can wear them again in the morning. So you shop to travel, you don't shop for don't wrinkle, easy dry. The other thing that you do is I have one pair of shoes on here. These are Rockport shoes. These are the only shoes I bring when I travel. I can shine these up and I can go to a dinner party or I can walk all day long on them and they work just fine. They have inserts made by Scholl's in them. I buy the inserts when I buy the shoes. So the instant I buy them, I've got the whole thing. Once in a while, my wife wears a pair of sandals, and she'll take those, but I take one pair of shoes. Therefore, I don't have a lot of space with shoes. Now, the other thing is, when you're buying pants, I buy zip-offs. Now, I buy nice black zip-offs. I buy two pairs. I can wear them anywhere I like to, or I can wear them as pants, or I can wear them as shorts. And that's what you buy for zip-offs. The third thing is, for your pack, you buy layers. By that I mean you buy one layer. You always carry a little jacket that's rainproof, very, very light, but you can put a polyester sweatshirt underneath that and two other layers, and you can be fairly warm even when it's 50 degrees or 40 degrees. Because, as we heard today earlier about Yellowstone Park, the temperature can change very quickly. And if you packed with a little jacket, you're prepared to do that anytime you like. The other thing is, when I talk about planning, when I think about countries, for example, Machu Picchu, which we did, Cusco, and the other things that you do when you're there, I buy a Lonely Planet book for every country I travel in. I don't buy a Lonely Planet book for South America. I'll buy a Lonely Planet book for as specific an area as I can get. Machu Picchu or Peru, whatever the country is. If I'm doing Europe in 1996, we spent 3 months in Europe. I'll have a book for every single country. I'll tear the pages out if I need to. But I'll start out with the book that I need, and I plan a long way ahead. The other reason I buy a Lonely Planet book is Lonely Planet has the kinds of hotels we like. We don't stay in big hotels. We don't stay in Marriott's or Hilton's when we travel. We stay in small pensions. We called a lady in Waterford, England, that had a room to let because her two kids were in university. We stayed in a little place that we found from somebody else in Hallstatt, Austria. Was built in 1500. You have fabulous experiences by doing that, but it's not the Hilton and it's not the Marriott. I'll stay in those when I'm traveling on business, but not when I'm traveling for personal pleasure, because you get a lot more out of staying in small places. We stayed, by the way, in St. Petersburg with a retired elementary art school teacher for 2 weeks in St. Petersburg, Russia. It was a wonderful place to stay because we learned more from her than we could ever have learned from staying in a Marriott or a Hilton. Secondly, your small bag. The small bag I carry on my shoulders, the first little pocket has a flashlight and it has a breath freshener because we're next to people all the time. The flashlight's very handy even when you're out on a day pack, because it's amazing. You find little places you want to look at something very closely. You've lost a contact. You want to look at the spot on the floor. Flashlights can come in very handy, and they really do come in handy. The second thing is you carry a very small alarm clock like that because you're waking up, I just said 3:30 in the morning at times. And you carry a plastic plastic bag with toiletries. And when I mean a plastic bag, you carry only the plastic bag. You don't carry one of these wonderful leather things with your toiletries because they weigh too much. So, and my wife does that too. Now, she carries a bigger plastic bag than I do, but she still carries a plastic bag. The other reason for that, with a small pack, is you can take that small pack anywhere. And you can jam your little jacket in there, you can jam your polyester sweatshirt in there, because you've taken your book out. Because that's the other thing you always carry. You carry a Lonely Planet book, and you certainly carry a book to read. You always carry a book to read. And for example, in Athens, Greece, I changed the book that I had for Bleak House by Dickens, and both of us read that. I did that in Athens, Greece. It cost me absolutely nothing. It took us about 2 weeks to read the book. It's wonderful. The third thing is, when you're traveling, you do want to keep in touch with friends, but you don't want to carry a laptop. Carrying a laptop's a joke. Even a notebook's a joke. It's too much weight. So we go into an internet shop every 2 or 3 days, and we use Skype, and we use the camera, and we call our relatives, and it costs nothing. I mean, it costs $3 for the internet shop for half an hour. Other than that, it costs absolutely nothing. We also take all the pictures we have, and we put them on Facebook. And we put little captions on it, and our kids and our friends can all keep in touch with us by looking at the Facebook pictures. That comes in handy, really handy in other ways as well. In Uclueletz, Turkey, last year when we were traveling in Turkey, my wife downloaded about 500 pictures. The next day we got a chance to ride on a Mediterranean cruiser with some friends, 2 other friends that had this little boat, and he asked her to go up on the edge of the boat to have a look. It was a better place to sit, which she did, my wife did, and the camera fell into the water. We had just downloaded 500 pictures. So that's a wonderful thing to do if you're downloading into Facebook. And if you use Skype, it costs almost nothing. And you use a small camera and lots of storage. So there's a couple different things you can do as far as packing. Little things we've learned over the end of the deal. And as a final thing in the speech, when you pack light and you come off a big airplane and it's been 10 or 13 hours or whatever it is, you don't have to go to baggage. You go straight through customs. You go straight through passport. Because nothing that we pack goes in the hold of the airplane. That little rolling pack that I carry goes straight into the top shelf right above my head in the airplane. Nothing goes in the bottom. So it takes almost no time at all. And that's what I'd like to finish up with. So travel lots, pack light. Have a great time. Thanks.